Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rick Smith with another massive 3-box opening from Mr. Kyle Richcreek at World of Rockhounds. I've got a lot of stuff here, so I'm just going to go through it quickly. You have to bear with me if I get things mixed up, but I have been trying to keep up with this. I got a list over here, so if I screw it up, it's nobody's fault but my own. So we'll start off with some nice shiny things here. This is a piece of galena, a nice lead-based ore, and as you can tell, it is very shiny, and I like it, and it is most definitely a heavy piece. And he also was selling some belemnites, which is basically a ancient squid fossil. Got some color. You can see the remains of the pin of the shell, which is what all squids have. And I do believe this is going to glow a little bit if I shine some light on it correctly, if I can bother to do so. It'll probably help if I turn this light off. But you can see, yes, that they are definitely colorful, and that they all have that nice concentric rings in there, almost like tree rings. Don't think it has anything to do with their age, but they're beautiful things. And I think this is just for specimen's sake. All right, light back on. These are some slabs, Royal Imperial jasper, that I haven't even taken out of the bag yet. I'll do so right now because they're very pretty. Show you a couple of them anyway. Great color. And I don't think jasper, that's almost like it has water lines in it, my favorite, as some of you may know. And I just love this peach color here with the blue and then the dark lines in the middle of it. Nice polish on that. And then the last piece, I guess I ended up showing them all to you after all. Got some greens in there. Nice. Let's see if they glow a little bit. I'm going to try to blow through these as just fast as I can. And maybe a little bit. Sort of hard for me to tell. There's a little too much light here in the room. All right. Getting a little bit bent over here. It's probably better anyway. Okay. Royal Imperial jasper. All right. Two more absolutely beautiful things that I got from him. These are blueberry. Oh my goodness. Blueberry Azurites. Whoops. And they are very hard to hold on to. Turn the light back on because these are not going to fluoresce, but boy, they're pretty. Ah, there it is written out for me. There's phenomenal color on there. Not for eating. See, they're from Opalescent Daydreams. That sounds mighty nice. Oh, and I forgot to lead off with, I have my my guardian gnomes and maple here with me so that anybody tries to break in on me. There they are. There'll be no problems today. I haven't named them yet, but I think I might let Walker do that. Okay. We also have a piece of the stuff from the chimneys in Poland, whose name escapes me at the moment. That's the one thing I didn't write down. This also fluoresces nicely, but it's also very pretty on its own right. And hopefully this won't be too stroby. Nice green color. And we'll hit it with the UV. And as you can see, that looks like something from the, whoops, what is that blue all over my fingers here? I don't know what that is. Hang on a second. I believe that was dust. Bear with me. Get a little bit closer so you can see the purdy on it. And just beautiful stuff for a man-made thing. Well, man-produced anyway. All right. Moving right along, I have some Agni drilled pears that I also purchased from him. These are rather unique looking, I thought. Got 2 pairs of them. They are translucent. Also with a nice green color. I didn't check to see if these fluoresce or not. They almost remind me of the Moldavite, the desert glass. Let's see what they do. Oh, they don't do anything. I believe I did check these after all. Maybe a pinkish glow, but that might be from the paper behind it. Okay. I also bought multiple pairs of the, hopefully I can pick all these up at once without spilling them. Maybe not. The dino bone drill pairs. And I also have one very beautifully gifted from Miss Michele Cab. Look at that. And I'm just going to give you a shot of all of them. Let me put some more light on that so you can see just how pretty they are. It almost looks like Turritella, but it's not. Beautiful stuff. Very happy with those. Okay. Speaking of gifts, Miss Angeline Ungererer gave me a beautiful basalt sphere. I believe you could also use it as a cue ball if you wanted to. But nice, very nice. Okay, I'm going to move across the back here. This is a piece of Starite. It's got some, I believe Kyle said these are tourmalines in here, or maybe just a piece of quartz, but I like the silver in the silvery host rock as well. And I don't believe these fluoresce. That's a little bit. Stand or sit corrected, as the case may be. Put a little bit of light on the crystals in here. And being slightly colorblind and very shaky, I could not tell you what color that is. But I like the contrast, and I like the shine on them. Very pretty. Okay. I also have a dragon's blood marble. Not a lot of red in it, but it's still, I like just like the green and the contrast there. And speaking of marbles, here's my favorite marble by far. This is the Shadowkite marble. And it is gorgeous. Oh, it's even glaring so that you can read my shirt. Okay, that's not what I intended there. Okay. Moving right along. Also bought some pocket rot, I believe it's called. Oops, need to put those back over there. Wood from Kyle. I bought 2 cabs and a undrilled pair. And that stuff is just phenomenal. I really like it. Even the back of it's nice. But that just shows you the difference between beautifully matched on the front, and they're almost completely different on the back. And then you got nice Druzy pockets in there, all through there. The yellows and the browns and the reds. Another little Druzy pocket in there. Shine a little light on it. It's not going to show much. And then the last one, which is my personal favorite. Just love the color on that. And the zigzags and the whites and the whole shoot and match, so to speak. Okay. And then I bought a fossil pine cone, which is also very unique. It came off good. So these are pretty unique, I think, to me anyway. I mean, not the biggest pine cone. This also fluoresces. As soon as I find my UV light, and got some nice blues in there. I don't think that's dust for a change. See the little individual seed cones in there. And I didn't bother to check the pocket rot wood. But yes, it's got some color too, particularly up here. Get a little bit more in focus for you there, and actually point the UV at it. That Druzy lights up nicely. Somewhat like Mr. Turtle Montana's beautiful heart that he gave me. That's another one of my videos. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, moving right along. This is the, gotta remember it, butterfly Chrysocolla. This is a cab, and it is, once again, just absolutely beautiful. Love the blue and the green. Nice polish. I should have pulled the price tags off of these, but I didn't. Okay. Next, I'm going to save my favorite piece for last, obviously. These are, let me focus a little bit, or let it focus. Bear with me while I find it again. This is astro-astrite. I got 2 cabs and a raw piece, but just love the little flecks of gold in there. It just lights up so pretty. I believe it's mica. I'm pretty sure it's mica. And then you got the crystals in there. I don't know if that's tourmaline. I believe it might be. Beautiful stuff. I believe that's actually the side of the crystal that's reflecting there. Once again, you have to catch it just right to get that flash, but it's, both of these cabs have a fair amount of it. And the last one. This one had quite a bit. Beautiful. Okay. Moving right along. Let's go to the Rhodolite drill pairs that I got from him. Excellent stuff. Pink is pretty. Pink and black. Okay. Next is some, I thought it might be called garden quartz, but it's not. This is included quartz, is what Kyle's description of it was. But since I bought it, I can call it garden quartz if I want to. Really pretty stuff. Look at that. A little bit more appreciable on a more microscopic level, but it's still drop dead gorgeous. Look at the color in there, the blue. And whoever cut and shaped these did a great job. And I got one teeny tiny one here. I had to pull that off there. This almost appears to be rhodolated. In fact, I would call that rhodolated. I'm going to get my focus here. But it's got a little of the extra in there. That's the back. Let me get it from the front. Hard to focus. It's so tiny. Should have a pair of forceps to hold these, but I neglected to bring them out with me. And these light up pretty spectacularly too. Move these over just a bit so you can see they're pretty nice. Let me move them over towards where the camera is. That would be helpful. But when you put the UV on it, check that out. And of course, once again, the white paper towel is not helping much, but let me just pick it up and see if that, whoops, helps any. Very happy with these as well. Wow. So it's like fluorite in there. Very nice. Once again, this is so small, I'm having a hard time getting to focus, much less. All right, too small. And then the last one, which has so much pink in it. It's gorgeous. Okay. Moving right along. To be honest, I'm not sure what this is, other than very pretty. It might be another piece of rhodolite. I believe it might be, but that's what I'm going with anyway, except that it's got that gold flash in there. So, of course, that might be a byproduct of my light here, now that I look at it. And I believe that's simply a rhodolite cab. Still very pretty. Okay. Moving back to some of my favorite stuff here, being as it's related to critters. These are the abalone cabs that I purchased, and that is just wild, beautiful stuff, beautiful. That almost like it's got a little snail shell right in the middle. Whoops, come on and focus for me. Which would be appropriate because abalone is a kind of gastropod. Look at the gold and the blue and the green, just gorgeous. And I think this one might be my favorite just because of all the stripiness. I hate to use the word stripiness, but it's very appropriate here. And this one's just a sheer flash. Jumping jack flash. It's a gas, gas, gas. Last one. Believe it or not, there is an end in sight. There's some purple. Lots of purple in this one. It's almost like labradorite. Staying in line with the fossils, here's a piece of amber. Now, I know there's a critter in there somewhere. I haven't been able to get it to work to get a good view. There it is, I believe. Yeah, there's a wing. I can get it to stay still. Yes. And maybe another one right there. Oh, dirt. But it's a nice little piece. Okay. And here's some spirit quartz. Let me back that back out. From Bucaratuk, I believe that's how I can butcher it, the name of it, but look at that. That is just, it's like fairies built it. It is just gorgeous. All those points are good. I believe that's amethyst on the end. This did not UV very well. There was a little bit, but in interest of time, I'm going to keep, well, no, I'll hit it with the UV right quick. But just pinks and purples and all grades of color in between. Oops. As you can see, some of it glows, but not as much as I would think. All right. And speaking of glowing, here's this is what I won in a bid. This is Missouri material. I don't think this is from Haunted Ridge, but it is so nice. I really like the, you can see the base of the crystals growing. And then when the host is agate on top of that, it's not on like this piece right here. Michele made a video just the other day where he took a piece of this and cabbed it, and it is gorgeous. But you can see the color there. Put a little bit of wetness on there, and you can see how it pops. I didn't lick it, I just wet my fingers. There's some more of it. Once again, I know that when Theo Kellison went there, I think he was more enchanted with the agate than the crystals themselves, but I mean, what's not to like? I really like this one because of the sheer amount of agate as well as the color. I'm going to get this one wet. I'll be right back. No more licking. There we go. Look at those colors and banding, such tight bands. This reminds me of crazy lace, Mexican crazy lace. Just wowzers. And the last piece is, oh, it's not doing it now. It had a nice rattle in it from a piece of something on the inside. I believe this is a, yep, this is a Crowley. Nice Crowley. I believe Tina was the one that sold these, and I'm so glad she did. Very nice stuff. Okay. And since I like fluorite so much, as some of you may know, let me show this right quick. It glows pretty good as well. Maybe not so much. Maybe it's the Haunted Ridge that was so orangey. There's some. Yeah, the banding lights up pretty good. All right. And here's some Okarusu fluorite. Once again, Ms. Ungererer gifted me a piece, and I managed to get this one. Nope, that's just a piece of crushed there, not a tag. And these do light up nicely. I mean, ooh, look at the clarity on that. Wow. I had not noticed that until now. Man, beautiful. Well, all right, time to light it up. Where's my big one? There it is. There's my beast. So what do you think? I'd say that's fluorite. Let me find that clear spot. See if I can. Yeah, well, it's just going to fluoresce no matter what. And here's the other piece. Also very nice. Love that blue. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. The next piece is a piece of it's a piece of Druzy Chrysocolla. Let me turn the light back on because it doesn't fluoresce. But that is such a pretty light blue. And then there's the malachite behind it. The crystals growing into it. And over here. And back there. Beautiful stuff. Nice. All right, I'm running a little bit longer than what I wanted to. Only 3 more pieces to show. And this is the irango fluorite. And let me see, that's as small as it gets. That's about it. Let me back off just a hair. But this stuff is just pretty in and of itself. Look at those crystals showing there. And I don't know if these are calcite or not, but I don't think they are. I think they're just a different colored fluorite, and you'll see why in just a moment. But this is just an excellent piece. And I don't know if this is the host rock, but it doesn't glow. I'm assuming that it is, but this looks like the host over here as well. So any comments as to what that might be besides coal? I don't think it's coal. I'd appreciate it. And I got a little sister piece that once again was gifted to me by I believe Michele gifted this to me. Oh my, we're running long. All right, let the light show begin on this. This is pretty fantastic. So this is the long wave. I mean, look at that. I'm gonna make Miss Love, Faith, and maybe even Miss Danny jealous with this one, maybe. And here's the mid wave. Not a heck of a lot of difference. But you can see that there's some green in there too. Not quite as noticeable, but there it is right there. But wait till you look at the small piece. All right. I believe this took a trip with Superman to the planet Krypton. Because check that out. Wow, that's just phenomenal. Very, very happy. I like them both. And long wave does pretty much the same thing. So, all right. All right, here's the pièce de résistance in my mind, and that is this. Mr. Kyle, let me clean it up just a little bit. Let me purchase this beautiful piece of rainbow fire obsidian, I'm sorry. But, no, my, look at all that. I'm so hacky. Hacky? I might be hacky too, but I'm very happy. But, oh, look at the color. All right. It don't get much better than that, folks. Sorry about the glare. Let me try turn it. That didn't work at all. But you get the idea. That is just phenomenal. Very, very happy, Kyle. Thank you for letting me get this from you. It is one of a kind. Okay, that is all I've got today. I said this is a combination of 3 boxes. I would say go to Kyle's website. I will link it, but I don't believe there's a single person here that's looked at this that hasn't been there and been very happy that they went. So if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, if you consider subscribing, I'd appreciate it. And there is nothing there for, well, I'm not sure what that is. It's just a natural reflection. I'd appreciate that as well. And I hope you have a great afternoon. And once again, thanks for watching. And if you stuck through to the end, I really applaud you. I hope it was entertaining. Goodbye.